Hello friends, I'm Umehani back with one more video on history, and this time we have taken up the topic of Islamic history. As you know, recently the Eid came up, so I'm privileged to present this topic to you all. And this is something which is requested by one of the student who is from CBSe class 10th, and she belongs to West Bengal. So I hope it helps not only to that particular student, but even to whoever is studying the Central Islamic land or Islamic history. Okay, let's move on to my points, and as and when we go on, I'll explain each and everything to you all. History, right from 600 to 1200 AD, a very beautiful picture has been displayed, and you can see Arabs are chatting, they are living a nomadic kind of a life. You can see the desert, as they were living in the desert. The Arab Peninsula is more of the desert area, so they had their own camels, own goats, and they were nomadic, so they used to move from one place to another in search of water. Wherever they got water, they settled there to solve the purpose of their day-to-day living and agriculture facilities. Okay, so another important features of the Arabs was they were practicing polytheism in God, as they had several gods, they had several tribes, so each tribe had their own god or goddesses. So it was very common, and Mecca was a major religious center and even a trade center. Why, I can explain to you in little bit in detail, because in that time in the Arab Peninsula, Syria and Yemen, Syria was on the upper side and Yemen was here, and in between Mecca and Medina was coming. So a trade route, it was crossroad on this trade route, so that is why it was an important trade center. All right, now rise of Islam. When we talk about, obviously we are going to talk about Prophet Muhammad. He was right from his childhood, he was preaching all good things, all good principles of humanism, of daily living, and even God made him as the messenger of the God. People started calling him the messenger of the God. He introduced salah, that is namaz system of prayers done by Muslims. He even introduced Quran Sharif, which is it said that a holy book of Muslims. All right, now when he came up with his philosophy of monotheism, monotheism means a god is one, only one god. So this was not accepted by the people of Mecca. They were obviously agitated that they had so many gods. How can you come and a boy can come and overthrow them? So it made such thing that Prophet had to go from Mecca to Medina, and this phase Hijrah was introduced. Hijrah is a calendar, a Muslim calendar started. Now this Muslim calendar is based on lunar system and not solar, as like Gregorian calendar what we are having from November to December. This calendar too had 12 months, but they had only 354 days, so 11 days are shorter than the solar calendar. That's a very important point to remember. That is the reason the the seasons never matched with the months in this Muslim calendar. All right, now when he went to Medina, in Medina who were there? The Jews were there. Now there's many Jews were highly influenced by Prophet's principles and ethics, so they converted, and they became the ummah of Prophet. Okay, so they were that is why they were known as ummah. And obviously Prophet Muhammad became the founder of Islam, and during his time, almost the entire Arab Peninsula was under his control. They were following whatever was said by him. Okay. Now, but what after his death? After his death, some people are going to believe in him, some will come up with something there of their own. So the major two factions in the society happened, in the religion happened, that was Shia and Sunni. Now this was first important aspect you need to remember, that who will be the successor of Prophet Muhammad, because his sons were not there. The only his daughter Fatima was there, and his husband, his Ali, who was also the brother of Prophet. Okay, so Shia took him as his successor, whereas the Sunnis, the people who did not accept Ali, they made a council and elected Abu Bakr as their successor, and they call him as Caliph. Whereas in Shia, they started Imamship. They started calling Ali as Imam, then Imam Hassan, his son Imam Hassan, then his son Imam Hussein, and thereon the Imamship went on. Now this, the Shia, what they follow till date, this is purely of religious importance and not of political importance. Whereas the Sunni, which they started of Caliphate, they were more interested in political importance. So that is the major reason we, even in the books of your school, universities or colleges, whatever you say, always concentrate on the political history, and that is the reason why we study about caliphs more and not of the imams. All right. Now, as I said, they had different tribes. Now here I have jotted down 3 tribes who actually ruled over Arab Peninsula. All right. Now the main tribe which started Islam was from a Quraysh tribe. Even Prophet Muhammad was from a Quraysh tribe. All right, and he built Medina as his capital. Medina was more of commercial importance, and not Mecca. Mecca was more of religious importance. So it was a religious capital, and the commercial capital was a Medina. Thereafter, as I said it, the Sunni made a council, and they elected Abu Bakr and made him as his caliph. After Abu Bakr, Umar came, Usman came. All right. Now after Usman was assassinated in a conspiracy, so the people felt that we can't rule. So the Shia who had chosen Ali as their successor of Prophet Muhammad, they called, even the Sunni called Ali, and they said that you become even our Caliph. So he became Caliph, and he made Kufa as his capital. Kufa is in Iraq. Alright, now see, from Saudi Arabia, now the importance is going towards the Iraq. Alright, then comes the Umayyad dynasty. After the death of Ali, Umayyad dynasty came up, and the first ruler was Muawiyah. Muawiyah, from Kufa, he shifted the capital to Damascus. Now Damascus is in Syria. As we said, the 2 important countries, Syria and Yemen, which was doing very good in trade, so he went to Damascus. Damascus was a very flourishing city, and he started his kingship there, and they followed one very important thing. They followed the policy of raiding the places in and around of their territories to get the more booties for their national treasure. The taxes were collected by the peoples, no doubt, but the booties which was raided, which was collected by raiding the different places, were more beneficial and was a huge amount than, and they were even getting a chance to rule over them in certain cases. All right, so one after the other, Muawiyah his successor came. Now Muawiyah did not believe in election or selection. He made it very compulsory that after me, my son is going to be my the ruler. Okay, so he made it hereditary. All right, and that went on up till Abdul Malik came. Now Abdul Malik is why he is important in the Umayyad dynasty, is because he was the person who gave importance to Arabic language. During his time, Arabic was literature was also given lots of importance. Secondly, he introduced the Islamic coinage system. So you can see the coins which having Arabic inscription during his phase. All right. Thirdly, what important thing he did is that he built the dome of the rock in Jerusalem. Okay, Dome of the Rock, if you all know, that golden dome is there of a masjid in Jerusalem. So you go and see on Google Dome of the Rock, you will come to know what I'm talking about. All right. Now, as usual, even the Umayyad dynasty has to come to an end somewhere, and it was overthrown by Abbasid. All right, and the ruler, or you can say the army which was led by Abbasid was Abu Muslim. Now, this Abu Muslim was an Iranian slave in the army. He came up, he built the army, he took the helps of Iranian, he took the helps of Khurasan. Khurasans were Afghanistan people, all right, and that is the reason why he built Baghdad as his capital. So he was having the power of Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, okay, and went to Syria, overthrew the Umayyad dynasty, so he even got the Syria. Fine. Now, the phase from Caliph to Sultanate is full of turmoil. There were civil wars. The most major civil wars were there between the Shias and Sunnis, moreover on the political powers or political issues. All right. But one important thing came up here with the whoever was ruling. They were having the people, Arabs, they were having Iranians. As we said, Abu Muslim himself was an Iranian slave. The Turkish, and they all were at the army and the bureaucracy level, which is very important. When the people go to the level of army and bureaucracy, they tend to change the society. They tend to change the political system. Exactly that happened here. Anyways, another important thing you can see, and too many different tribes were coming up. The Buyids came, they captured Baghdad. Baghdad was the capital, as I said, of Abu Muslim, but that was captured by Buyids. So Abbasid also went away. Then Fatimids also came up. They came and they captured Egypt. So all different peoples were coming up. They were capturing the places whichever they wanted, and they were ruling it. It's like too many turmoil was there. There was no one particular common and a strong power which was, having a complete administrative system or political system. No, it was total a civil war chaos. In this chaos, one more name came up, was of Mahmud Ghazni. Now he was from Khurasan, from Afghanistan, and he too was a slave in the dynasty. Now he never considered himself as Caliph because he had a respect for Caliphate, and so whoever was the Caliph, he accepted him, but he considered himself as Sultan, because that slaveness was pinching him, so he gave him a title Sultan. But he too was succeeded by some other people, Saljuk brothers. As we all know, Muhammad Ghazni too followed the policy of raiding. He even raided India multiple times. All right. Now another important in this turmoil situation came up is the crusade. Now crusade is some outsiders. Up till now, all Muslims were there who were fighting amongst themselves. Now some outsiders, the Europeans, came up, and they also thought that this is the best opportunity to rule over Jerusalem. They concentrated on Jerusalem because Jerusalem has a political importance, and as well as most important religious importance for them, because Jesus was crucified there. All right, and there's a place called Babylon where he was born, so all the traces of Jesus you can see in this Jerusalem. So that is why the Christians wanted to rule over Jerusalem. It should not be in the hand of the Muslims. That was their main aim. So they started a movement called Peace of God movement. That means in the name of God they will capture Jerusalem, and this was led by Pope Urban II. Pope Urban II, don't forget this name. Now, in the Arab Peninsula, the one who helped him was Byzantine Emperor. Why he helped? Because during the time of Prophet Muhammad and all the Qurayshid Khalifa time, this Byzantine Empire had declined badly, all right, and they were the Christians. So obviously, when they got a support from Europe, so why not to take it? They took an advantage of it, and they too wanted to establish their power again in the Arab Peninsula. So they helped Pope Urban II, and because of that, the people from France, Italy came and fought with the Arabs out here. That is why they were called Frank. Okay. 3 crusades were fought, and with these 3 crusades, initially the Arabs were quite tolerant with Jews and Christian, but now they realize that no, now our political turmoil is going on. Until date, yes, students, till date, there is a political chaos in Jerusalem, because it is a very religious important point for the Jews, for the Muslims, and even for the Christians. So this 3 religion is constantly on fight with each other in this land. Anyways, we have covered the political system right from 600 to 1200 AD. I hope this has helped you people. If it has really helped you, please share with your friends, all right, so that even they can understand and they can simplify their. If you have any queries related to this topic or any topic, please mention it in the comment. Subscribe my channel, very important. That is going to help you as well as to me. So see you again till my next video. Bye.